All right, we're getting started. We're getting started. So today is January the 17th, 2020, and this is our second week of our Boss Babe Warrior Girl calls. And so we're so excited to have everybody on, all of the gals that are on Zoom and all of you that are watching via YouTube. And so you can feel free to use the chat on both areas when I ask questions. And believe me, when it's over, I go back and look at YouTube and I see the live chat and then I see the other. And so I'm interested in what y'all have to say and also in this chat. And so if you're just coming into the chat we had a little discussion on some food. So we won't worry about the chat that's going on right now. And so anyway, my name is Cleta Colson-Eyre. I am a future executive senior sales director. And someone said, I like your background. Thank you very much. I got a new laptop for myself for Christmas, I guess you want to say. Actually, I just got it because I wanted it. And I have a new little light that goes on the back of it. And it's where I can just move it anywhere I want to. So I am in my office. This is a better view. But the way my desk is, it doesn't use like I'm on the other side of my desk. So anyway, I thought I would just be a little more confident tonight to talk to y'all in a better background. So there you go. It makes me feel more confident. So we're going to start out tonight with something kind of cool. And I do not remember some of the directors' name. If you remember, you can put it in the chat. But it was either leadership conference or seminar. And Mary Kay started out with the Friends of Time with this awesome song that they performed by, and I think the girl's name that does it is, I know I'm going to say it wrong, but Demi something or other. But anyway, y'all can look it up. But anyway, I think I found it on Facebook, and it wasn't a Mary Kay person that did it. I think it was one of the performers. And so I'm almost like 100% positive. I'm 99.9 that this was at the Mary Kay seminar. But even if it wasn't, it's so similar. They might have done this show for more than one person, but y'all got to see it. And the song the name of it is called Confident. And I think you'll like it. So we're just going to kick off tonight with that song, and we're going to blare it out. So y'all can enjoy this just for a second. Okay. Let me.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
So directors, y'all tell me if you think this was there.
It's time to let the trains out, 'cause I'm on fire, and this is my crowd, and I'm dangerous, and you can get out, 'cause it's all on me tonight.
I know I'm wanting to sing, but I'm going to spare you. You guys could get up every morning and listen to this song right before you put your makeup on, or maybe right after you get it on. So all of you that are new, that have never been to seminar, this is kind of how they started off. And we miss it very much. Don't we, ladies? We should be in San Antonio right now at Leadership Conference. ladies. I just thought it'd be fun to start with something fun and a song from Seminar. So I believe, directors, you'll have to, if you tell me if it's if it was leadership or if it was at Seminar. But anyway, I love the openings of Seminar. However they are, they're always amazing. And I just remember those signs saying, and I'd never heard the song because I mainly listened to Christian music. And so I just loved it. I thought that was really awesome. So this is week 2. So last week we just talked about what a Boss Babe Warrior Girl was. And you had some assignments to be working on. Remember our assignments for the 6 weeks. So hopefully y'all got some faces in and you kind of went over your notes for today. And some of you probably looked at this ahead of time and some of you probably did not. And that's okay. Either way. Okay. Either way. So we're going to go over it. So the title today is I Am Confident. And your battle, we're a warrior girl, right? Is the battle of comparison. And you guys, this is something that, everybody struggles with. New consultants struggle with it, like as far as in Mary Kay. DIQ struggle with it. New directors struggle with it. Even top directors struggle with it, and even nationals, because there's always, unless you're number one, there's always going to be somebody doing better than you, right? And so, there's some, and even when you've been number one, then the next year, if you're not, there you go, right? And so there are some people that are number one year after year. However, it's a problem, not only in Mary Kay, but just in life in general. And so we're going to talk about that. And hopefully we're going to come up with some great ideas to help you build your confidence. And, in Mary Kay, some people join Mary Kay and they already have confidence in themselves, not necessarily in Mary Kay because they don't know what they're doing, right? But they're a confident person. And then some come in Mary Kay and they have no self-confidence. And so you really have to start there and build up your confidence as a person. And then you can build with your Mary Kay at the same time. So, wherever you are, and there was a scale to rate yourself where you are 1 to 10. 1 would be low confidence and 10 would be I'm confident. And what's funny about that is, like, if you're not confident, you would never give yourself a 10 because you have low confidence, right? So think about that a minute. Okay, so the verse that we start off with today was in Joshua, and it says, Joshua told the people, concentrate yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. That's Joshua 3:5. And this is, if you remember, where Joshua, they marched around the walls of Jericho. Okay, so you got to read that if you haven't read that yet in your Bible. And so it says, Joshua was confident of what God was going to do, and he spoke with confidence about what they were going to do in the next few days. So in the chat, and we're going to ask the directors when we kind of go through this too, what does it mean to you to be confident? What does it mean to be confident? And it's, if you want to kind of write your definition there, I'll read some of them as well. And so what I just sat there and I thought, let me just see what I would say. Okay. So I wrote down in my workbook, feeling sure something is going to happen or be completed. Like if I was confident about something. Okay. And so another definition is having a feeling or belief that you can do something well or succeed at something, certain that something will happen or that something is true. And, in Mary Kay, there are ways you can be confident in your business. And, lots of people have gone on before y'all. And, because we are in the Mary Kay business, so we're talking about being confident, but also being confident in Mary Kay. And there's different things that you probably have heard through your Mary Kay career, like if you talk to 5 people, you'll get 1 team member. If you talk to 20, with the numbers, you would probably get 4. And, so there's things that you can increase your confidence by doing the numbers instead of having an expectation of every single person you talk to is going to sign up, right? So there's some things like that. And so some of the definitions that I see is, like Latrice said, confidence is in doing. Confidence is in doing. And that's so true. So how can we grow in our confidence? And you do grow in your confidence by doing it. You study, put things into place over and over. And, think about when you first started Mary Kay. Now, some of you are new, but most of you have been in a little while. But when you first started, you did not know what you were doing. I know I didn't. I looked at it and I read over it and I was using the products in the morning. So I had an idea, but I really did not know how to do Mary Kay until I started doing Mary Kay. And remember, we have talked about on the Boss Babe call so many times about how you book 8 to hold 5 in your first 2 weeks, 8 parties to hold 5 in your first 2 weeks. And that is to get the bugs out, you guys. That is to give yourself that confidence where if you do it over and over 5 to 8 times, by then you're like, okay, let me see if I can not forget my flip chart. Let me bring my mirrors and trays. Let me not forget my washcloths. Let me go over what I want to say. Maybe I need a closing script. Maybe I need a closing sheet or a roll-up bag. And you learn by doing it over and over. But if you never, ever try, you will never get confident in that area. One of the things that I like to do personally is I like to play golf. And when I first started, I was terrible, but I got out there and I kept trying to smack the ball. And I was an athlete in high school and college, but I didn't play golf. I played basketball and I played softball. But there was that one time that I would hit the golf, like I hit it so good that I thought, I should give up Mary Kay and become an LPGA golfer. And so of course I did not, as you know, but I mean, I went and I bought the shoes, the skirt. I thought at least if I look like I know what I'm doing with the proper attire, that will give me some confidence when I get out there, and people might just think she's having a bad day. But if I look like a hillbilly out there trying to play golf in some jeans and a tank top at the golf course, that's no good, right? And so I wanted to get the right equipment and at least, dress appropriately. And then, but the only way that I could get better is just to practice. Is get out there and practice over and over and over. And that's why I'm still not on the LPGA, because I really play more than practice. But just like with Mary Kay, small wins are going to give you that confidence. So like, if you can remember, I want y'all to see if you can remember the very first time after you joined, when that first person ordered something from you and how you felt. I mean, did y'all not just die when I can remember mine, because I got my kid in on a Monday, and Tuesday I did my first party, and the girl bought an eyeliner and a little eyeshadow palette. It wasn't very much, but honestly, just that thrill of them giving me money was so awesome. I thought, all right. So then, the next party was like $150. I could not believe it. I mean, I remember going back to my apartment, and it's before we took credit cards, you guys. So we really did have to take money bags. And so I unzipped that money bag and I thought, I cannot even get over that I have $150 in here, because my check each week was only $120. So, I mean, do you think I was excited about doing another party? Yes, I was. So I did another party, and then I remember my mom placed an order, and by the end of the week, it was $400. And y'all, just 1 week, my confidence went from 0 to hero. I ended up being the queen of sales at my meeting, but it was enough to make me know that I can do this, even though my first party was only $23. But I kept doing it. And guess what? I got better. And you know what? That is the only way you're going to get better in Mary Kay, is by practicing and by doing it. And, okay. And someone just said that they had their very first virtual party yesterday, and it increased her confidence. And the next one she does, she's going to feel even better. She's going to feel even better. And yes, preparation helps to build confidence. Thank you for your comments in here. Confidence with experience and with practice. So little wins are the things that are going to help you. And that's in anything you do. Okay, ladies, all of you, unless you're super skinny, have been on a diet in your life. If you've been on a diet, raise your hand at some point in your life. Okay, unless you just were born thin and that's just not a thing. Maybe you need to eat or something. Why don't you call me? And every time you get hungry, I'm just kidding. Okay, so if you've ever been on a diet, what they say is, once a week, like Weight Watchers. Okay, you want to weigh in once a week. They say really don't weigh every single day, just once a week. And even if you only lose half a pound, that's a win. And then you write it down, right? And then each week, and if you think about it, if you lost 1 pound a month, that's losing 12 pounds in a year. Do that 2 years, that's 25 pounds. That's 2 or 3 dress sizes, right? So a little bit does add up, but it gives you that, you're like, all right, I can do it. I can do it. And sometimes you fall off the wagon and you have to go back and go, okay, I gained a pound, so let me regroup. And you know exactly why, right? Okay. So the battle we often face, though, in being confident is the battle of comparison. And so, why as women do y'all feel like that we are so quick? we're so quick to compare ourselves to other people. I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week, how guys don't do that. Guys don't compare themselves to other people, not many of them, because they all think they look better than the next one. It's crazy. I mean, like they'll go, yeah, well, this shirt looks better on me than him. I can tell you that. I mean, it doesn't matter if their stomach is out there. They think they look good. Is that not the truth, ladies? All men think their physique is amazing. They never get up and go, man, these jeans make me look fat. No, they put them up and go, I'm a stud. You're lucky to be with me. So I think God just gave him that, right? But for some reason, that blessed Eve, maybe it's her fault. We compare ourselves, don't we? And we compare ourselves we usually compare our reality to someone else's social media feed. Okay. I have to tell y'all, because I am older, that, it was a lot easier on us before social media, because honestly, you really didn't know what other consultants and other directors were doing until you got the Applause magazine. And even when you got it, you just scanned and looked for your own name. You didn't go, oh, look at that. I mean, I never did. I just looked for my own name for what in there. I'm like, oh, well, and then at seminar, other people would speak and you would be like, wow, they're amazing. But you just thought, if they can do it, I can do it. Okay. But now with social media, it don't matter what you do, you're going to find someone cuter, more eloquent, someone that made more money. You're going to find someone better than you. And you always are compare their strengths with your weaknesses, right? You're going to say, well, they look better without me than makeup on, so I can't do these virtual parties because look at me, I look terrible, right? You're going to say something like that. And then you see Susie Q, who's 21, and she has flawless skin with or without makeup. Well, that's okay. You used to be 21 too. So you probably look cute, you had it going on. We just didn't have the virtual world to show everybody, right? So you do always compare yourself, and it's a problem, right? And so there are warnings. Says, what are the warning signs that you're in the battle of comparison? Well, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think are some warning signs that that's a battle for you right now? And someone else just Dolores put, it's a bad habit to put others down to make yourself feel better. Silver in the eye versus a board in your own. Oh, the sliver in your eye versus the board. Exactly. That's scriptural. Okay. Okay. One of the ones Jana said, you're sad when other people win. Now that's something that really we have to work on, because then you feel terrible about being that way, right? I mean, you're like, I am a terrible person. Why can't I just be happy for my friends, right? And then I have had even lost some friends when some of them that I have maybe passed on the career path somewhere, and then now they don't want to talk to me as much. And then later they'll come out and say, it's not that I am not happy for you. I just wish I was there too. And so talking to you makes me feel bad about me. So I'm not talking to you. At least that's honest, right? At least that's honest. Obsessing over other people. Okay. Putting yourself down, feeling like a failure. I also wrote down having to constantly bring out how good you are to other people is a sign really of low self-esteem instead of high self-esteem. When you're always having to get confirmation from other people, asking for compliments, or even saying, so-and-so said I look really cute today. I mean, it's okay to tell your best friend that or your husband, but if you're constantly having to have that, that's because your self-esteem is low. Because honestly, confident people, they don't have to be built up all day long. Now, do I still want my husband to tell me I look cute every single solitary day, no matter what I'm wearing? Yes. And when he does it, I tell him. And I said, look, this is an easy fix. And I won't think it's fake, because when I come out, no matter what I have on, I need you to say, wow, you look really great, because my love language is words of affirmation. So I'm not talking about you and your husband. I'm talking about all your friends and everything, right? So that is the truth. And someone said, Jana said, we need to fix our heart first. And that is so true. That is so true. And Shannon said, it motivates me when I see others win. And that is what we're looking for, Shannon. That's exactly what we're looking for. So what happens to your confidence when you compare yourself to someone else? And what happens is you usually spiral down quickly. So I want you to just think about this sometimes. You go to a unit meeting, virtual, okay, and you're so excited. and you sold $300. It's the best week you've ever had. Like you're pumped. You had a $300 party. But then, Susie sells a lot, had $1,000 week. And you're just like, and you went from feeling awesome about yourself to feeling like a loser. So that's one thing that I think we really need to think about is comparing ourselves to others. When you have done your best, that is something to be proud of. And you're only going to compete with yourself. In Mary Kay, we do have friendly competition. Just because like some people thrive on competition. Jana and Salem, some of us, we've talked about this, how we like a little competition because we like to win and it keeps us motivated, right? We don't want to be a slacker. I remember when I used to go to the directors meeting in Jacksonville, Florida, and they had a head table for the Cadillac sales directors. And there was anywhere from 5 to 10. And then we would do the count up. Okay, just like consultants when you go to your unit meeting, but it was in person. We would do the count up. Everybody would stand up and then they would count down, and it would be like our unit wholesale and then all the different things, the recruiting. And you as the Cadillac director, I did not want to have to sit down like first, like how embarrassing. But the thing I did instead of I could have chose two things. If I could have just not gone to the meetings because then I don't have to put myself under pressure. And instead I would go, no, you better step it up, girl, and get yourself going because you go into that meeting and you want to have something, you want to be proud of what you did this month. So you need to do your very best and not slack. And so that's how I would use like competition to make me push myself. Do y'all ever do that? Like you push yourself. So it's not a bad thing to have a little competition, but if you've done your very best, and I can remember times that I have done my very best and I was not the winner, but the girl that beat me, I mean, she was so far ahead of me, that didn't even hurt my feelings because goodness gracious, she had 200 unit members and I was sitting there with 100, or she had 400 and I was sitting there with 75. So, I mean, I'm not going to compare my 75 to her 400. I just need to get more people, right? So I want y'all to just kind of think about that when you start comparing yourself as far as your Mary Kay accomplishments and things like that. And I'm going to give you a couple of steps at the end, some things you can do to increase your confidence as well. So one of the things in the book, it says, write your confident affirmation below. So I'm going to unmute Sayla. I'm going to let Sayla unmute herself in a second and bring her on the screen with me a minute. Cause I thought about Sayla. Sayla is about Sayla, you can tell them 5 foot, I guess, maybe. She might be a little bit taller than that. I don't know, or maybe a little shorter, but she always wears 3-inch heels. So I really don't know how tall Sayla is, but anyway, she's mighty, but strong. But she was the president of the PTO for her son's school, her children's school, high school for however long you do that. And she had to go and address them. And so Sayla, tell them I'm going to put you on here, but just tell them what you did and tell them the affirmation that you use and then how you can also use it with your Mary Kay business as well.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I was PTO president at the high school here locally for 5 or 6 years. And so it was during the time, I don't know if we had this, well, it was at least 12 or 13 years ago. And so we had CDs. I think we were past the cassette tapes, but we had CDs. And Gloria Mayfield Banks had an introduction that she did. And I was trying to be creative, and our PTO had maybe 2 or 3 people. We did grow it though to about 300. So, but anyway, in the beginning it was small, and I wanted to do something different. So we had this big meeting one night, and I decided that I was going to adapt this saying to fit me for the PTO. And y'all, it was, in fact, I just recited it a few minutes ago. I recorded it and sent it to my daughter. And she's like, Mom, I remember you saying that over and over. And I just made my kids listen to it. But anyway, this is how it went. It went, living, caring, giving, sharing. Boy, oh boy, I love to work with the daring. A big, successful PTO. Can you imagine such? Of course you can. We've got the touch. I'm small in stature only, but I'm leading by belief. I'm small in stature only, but I'm leading by belief. I'm small in stature only, but I'm heavy in belief. I'm leading by example, so you can count on me. As I flash this $1,000,000 smile, the world will know it's all worthwhile because I believe in our students and teachers. I believe they're the best. I believe Valdosta High is simply better than all the rest. I'm proud to stand before you and so thankful for my God above. I am your PTO president. My name is Selah Wilkinson Love.
And she got on stage. How many people were at that meeting, Selah?
About 300 or 400. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, men and women. And here's little Selah marching out there. I just love it. It made me
And
so
I didn't say a word. I mean, people were talking and they introduced me and I just walked out and started saying this. But you can adapt it to your Mary Kay goals too,
Yeah. Yeah. So you can do your Mary Kay one, or did you have that written down too?
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah, okay. I said living, caring, giving, sharing. Boy, oh boy, I love to work with the daring. $1,000,000 unit. Can you imagine such? Of course you can. We've got the touch. I'm small in stature only, but I'm heavy in belief. I'm leading by example, so you can count on me as I flash this $1,000,000 smile. The world will know it's all worthwhile because I believe in our people and products. I believe they're the best. I believe Mary Kay is simply better than all the rest. I'm proud to stand before you, and I'm so thankful for my God above. I am your Mary Kay sales director. My name is Selah Wilkinson Love.
Woo! Okay, so any of y'all that have heard Gloria Mayfield Banks, she always has started with that, to where the whole Mary Kay sales force knows the chant, And so I just wanted Selah to share that with you as well. And Selah, tell them, how do you feel after you say that?
I feel awesome. In fact, when you asked me Cleta asked me to do it about an hour before the call, I'm like, oh, I haven't thought of that in about 10 or 11 years. And so my heart started racing a little bit. I couldn't even put the sentences together. So my husband was watching the football game in the living room and I went in there and I started saying, living, caring. And he said, what are you doing that cheer for? I said, I have to say it on the call tonight. And he said, are you going to do the motions too? I said, no, it just helps me remember. So it makes you feel awesome, and you can adapt it to anything. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Selah. The thing about an affirmation is that if you have an affirmation and you say it enough, to yourself and out, really, if you just say it out loud, you start believing it and you get in a better way. Okay. Because here's the thing, you guys, it works both ways. If you get up and then you get yourself ready and you go, my hair looks like Andy Gump and my makeup looks awful. And if I gain 20, I've got the COVID 25 pounds. All I've been doing is sitting eating M&Ms for a solid year. And then, and you put on your shirt or whatever, and you're like, I hate this shirt. Guess what, you guys? You're going to feel like awful all day long. Like you're not going to feel confident. You're not going to want to see anybody. And just a few minutes ago, Brad, well, it's a few minutes ago, it's a couple hours ago, he was like, hey, you want to go ride the golf cart around? I want to go look at something. Well, you guys, I had not taken a shower. I had not put my makeup on because we did church online this morning. And so I'm like, he goes, just put a sweatshirt on in your sunglasses. I'm like, all right. So that's what I said. Now listen to me. I said, I don't care who we run into. We're not stopping. You can wave and go. I said, do not have a conversation with anybody. Do you understand? Yes, Cleta. And so sure enough, we go around the corner. There's two guys. And I said, don't do it. I go, keep going. Because my confidence is not as high if I do not have some Mary Kay on. Thank the Lord for some Mary Kay. So I wrote up a little confirmation affirmation and confident affirmation. Mine is just I just did it really quick off the top of my head. So this is what I put. I need to type it out, right? I put, I'm active and attractive. I'm bold and on the move. I'm booking, I'm selling, I'm in my own groove. I'm a daughter of the King and I glow from within. God made me special and I was born to win. Okay, so you know what? You can be as creative as you want. You can say anything kind of thing you want. You can make it really plain and easy. As a matter of fact, on Facebook, there is a page that just says positive affirmations for women. Just put it in Facebook if you want to. And there's a whole page and they have just a million of them. And you can just type them, write them down, but you can come up with your own too. And they don't have to rhyme and be as cute, as Selah's is. They can be, dorky like mine, but I like mine, mine is mine. So I can't tell you your affirmation, but you probably can write some about how you want to feel and what you can write down what you want to feel like that day. Okay. And it's just for you. You don't have to, like I told you mine, but you don't have to tell anybody. You can just do them for yourself. And every morning get up and do it, every morning. So one of the things in the book, it also says in our workbook, it says, how can I project more confidence in my I story? So when you're if you're new, you may think, what is an I story? It's when you tell why you joined Mary Kay, how you got in and why you joined. And what are some things that you can think of to say to make your I story more powerful and more confident? And so some of the things that you can do is watch your words when you do your I story, use power statements, be positive, stand up straight. Okay. My mother used to always say, stand up straight, put your shoulders back, because she didn't want me to slump. Because when you slump, this is all right. But if I sit like this, that's a little bit better, right? And so it makes you have a little more confidence to stand up, sit up straight. And of course, have eye contact and smile at people. The smile, looking at people straight in their eyes, smiling is the best thing you can do to show that you have some confidence. And sometimes if you don't have confidence, it'll give you some confidence. So some of the things that I wrote down, as far as like your I story, some like a power words, and you could come up with your own. But for example, I want to empower other women. I want to surround myself with other like-minded women who are God-fearing. Joining Mary Kay has not only helped me financially, but has given me the confidence in myself so that I can focus more on others. Do you see a couple things like that? And you could probably come up with something even better. So maybe write down how you tell your I story and what kind of words you're saying, and make it a powerful I story. Because then guess what? People like to be around people that have confidence in what they're doing. And I want you to think about if you had to go and have surgery tomorrow. Now think about this. And then the doctor came in there and he said, yes. Oh, well, I shouldn't do accents. Okay. So he came in and said, I'm Dr. Green. And, your problem is it's bad, but, I feel like we probably can, maybe take care of it. I've never really done the surgery before, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Okay. Like, unless you're stupid, that's when you go, I think I might want to get a second opinion. Don't you want somebody that has a little more confidence? That says, you know what? I feel confident. We're going to go in there. We're going to get all this out. You're going to be good to go. Matter of fact, you're going to feel 20 years younger after we get rid of this. Then you're like, all right, doctor, do it. You let them do it. So you want to deal with people that are confident. So you, as a Mary Kay beauty consultant, a Mary Kay director, a Mary Kay DIQ, you want to have some confidence so that guess what? People will want to buy from you. People will want to book from you, and people will want to be on your team. They just want to hang around you because you have confidence, right? So I want you to kind of think about that. A couple of things you can do to build your confidence as a Mary Kay girl. Number one is you can know your products. When you know what you're talking about, that gives you confidence. If I had to sit here and tell you about how to do utility design at Valdosta City, the city of Valdosta, what my husband does, I would be a total failure because I know nothing about it. I know enough about it that I can sit there and listen to him tell somebody else and not be completely bored. But, I don't really know anything about it. So with Mary Kay, if you get to know your products, and one of the ways to get to know your products is, of course, get your lookbook out and read it. Use the products. If you are using the products, Selah and I, we always have so much fun on our pajama party nights because we get so excited about our products and we're putting them on. And then Selah will go to this one. It's the bomb.com. I love this moisture renewing gel mask. And she talks all about it. And honestly, before you're done, I have got to put the gel mask on. I don't even use it that much, but every time she says it, I'm like getting that gel mask out because her confidence in that product makes me want to use it, right? So you really want to use our products. And I know a lot of times when you're new and maybe your budget is tight and you hate to go open all your inventory, But I promise you, if you are using it, you will sell more of it. And if you have stuff on your shelf right now that is not moving, maybe it was limited edition things, and you never opened one for yourself, that is probably why you're not selling it. Because when you open it yourself and you like it, number one, you don't even care if anybody buys it because you know you want to keep it for yourself. Sometimes when something's running out and I really like it, I just scoop it out and I go and put it in my bathroom because I'm not going to sell it because I want it, right? So think about that. If you have things on your shelf that aren't moving, what could you do to use them or get to know a little bit more about what they do? And of course, practice your party. All of these virtuals, you get better every time. You really do. And one of the things you can do is you can listen to someone else do a virtual party. Ask your director. I'm sure all of the directors, we are doing parties and you can jump on there with us. You know, we have even posted some of our parties, but listen to them and maybe have her let you say a few words at the party, because it's really not that hard once you get going in it. And you know, really, if you team up with another consultant, like get another consultant friend and say, hey, do you want to do like a virtual party together? And we'll get on Zoom and we'll do it together and we'll both invite guests and let's see what we can do. And then just say, all right, I'll do the cleanser, you do this. You know, it's more fun and you'll end up laughing at yourself. And I mean, you know, Sayla and I always do it together. So I always I can do it without Sayla, but when she comes on there, we have more fun. So I think partnering up, especially with this virtual world, is the best way to do it. It really is. It's a fun way to do it anyway. So the next question was, do I waver in my confidence when I hear an objection from a customer or a prospect? Okay. Of course you do sometimes, right? Of course you do. It hurts you know, we love our Mary Kay so much. And when someone tells us no or gives us an objection, you're like, first of all, like if you've been in long enough, like me, I'm like, I totally don't even understand what she says, because if she knows what I knew, I know she would like it. Honestly, she would want to sell it. So Mary Kay Ash used to say that take the word no and turn it around. What does it spell? And we'd say it spells on. She goes, that's right. So when someone says no, what she's really saying is go on and tell me some more. Because obviously she didn't understand her. She would say yes. That's what Mary Kay Ash used to say. So we would just keep going with it, you know, and figure it out. So one of the things that she taught us to do is use what we used to call the feel, felt, found method. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say someone says, you're trying to book them and they go, hey, you know what? Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. But I've been using Brand X since high school and that's all I use. And that's all I like. So I'm just really not interested. Okay. Now, some people with less confidence may go, oh, okay, thanks. And tuck your, head between your tail and run out. Instead, you could say this. You could go, oh, Sayla, I know how you feel. I mean, I felt that same way. I used to use Brand X. And then I ended up having a facial with this girl, not because I really wanted to, because she wouldn't leave me alone, kind of like I'm not leaving you alone. And I just thought, okay, I'm going to do it. And I knew that I wasn't going to like it. I was really surprised how much I liked it. But the truth is, I would just value your opinion. Honestly, you're a sharp looking lady. I love the way you do your makeup. And hey, you may end up liking what you use right now better, but I just would like your opinion. And the truth is, we'd have fun getting to know each other better. How's she going to tell me no? If she tells me no, who needs friends like that? Just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? So the feel, felt, found. You go, I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found. And so you can use that a lot of times with people. But you also know that sometimes Cheryl Warfield, National Sales Director Emeritus, she used to do this. She'd say, if someone says no, she would do this. Next. She just says no means next. She would actually she would beat the table. Next. Like, okay, whatever. Next, let me call the next one. And so the deal with that is you have to have more than one person on your list that you're calling. If you've only got 3 people on the list and you call all 3 and they all tell you no, well, you're done. But if you have 25 people on the list and you know you're going to call them all, no just means next, means let's pick up and call the next person, right? And sometimes people use this term, they say, is it no forever or just no, not right now? Okay. So guess what? Nice people, they go, well, it's just no, not right now. Say, great. I'll tell you what, why don't I just call you back like next month? And they'll say, okay. And then when you call her back, she done told you she could. So you say, hey, I'm calling you back. Remember you said no, didn't mean never. So I'm just hoping this is a good time. Maybe we could get together for just like 5-minute flash party. there's things that y'all can do, right? And so I'm loving all the comments too. I know that y'all read it. So she said, if someone says no, many times they mean KNOW. They don't know enough to say yes yet. Right? I love that. I think Janice said that. That's awesome. And overcome rejection is a learned skill. It's something you can practice. There are, in fact, on MK University, I want to say it's number 4, but don't quote me on that. But there is a whole module on overcoming objections. And you basically just write down you can just take notes on it, and you know what to say, because we all get about the same objections, and you just learn what to say, and then you incorporate it so it feels natural when you say it. And really, when you finally cross over the line of being a Mary Kay lifetimer, like you get the lifetime award, you're not quitting, then you're not going to let one person determine your Mary Kay business. If I quit every time someone quit on me, like maybe it was my recruit, then decided to quit, or a customer who decided to buy from somebody else or buy another brand, I'd have been out of Mary Kay years ago, but now I'm like, oh, well, there's more people. And it does hurt at first. Believe me, the first time you get a recruit, the first time you lose a recruit, let's say they just decide not to do Mary Kay anymore, it does hurt your feelings. But, later, as you grow your confidence in Mary Kay, you know that it's not personal. She's not quitting Mary Kay because she hates you. And most of the time, my people that have quit Mary Kay, they still want to buy from me, which I think that's awesome. And I actually make sure I open the door and say, hey, do you want to just be put on my preferred customer list and my VIP customer group on Facebook? And guess what? They're always like a relief. They're like, yes, I would. I'm like, great. I said, because I sure don't want to lose you, just never see you again. And she's like, well, me neither. And then, you know what? I said, the door is always open for you to come back. So you just make sure that door is open and you're not locking it when people leave, because a lot of them come back and they're better than ever. So I want to give y'all, let's see, 14 little tiny things that a friend of mine just told me. Her name is Jennifer Albertini, and she is an executive senior sales director. And I spoke at her January Jumpstart last weekend. And so she did this little training before I spoke. And I thought, now that's some good stuff right there. So this is some things. And then I want the sales directors just to kind of think about anything you'd like to add to this. So Jennifer said that her theme was freshen up for the new year. And so these are some things that you could do to maybe increase your confidence just in yourself. Okay. So the first one was freshen up from the waist up. And she talked about, putting on some cute jewelry, a cute top, get some earrings on, and freshen up your maybe your top, what you're wearing on, like when you're doing your Zoom parties. Because if you feel a little cuter, you're going to feel a little more confident. Just like after I took a shower and put some makeup on and changed clothes, I felt way more confident than I did with the hoodie all the way over my head like an Eskimo riding around in my neighborhood. I was incognito, right? So freshen up for the waist up. Number 2 is freshen up your profile picture, even on Zoom. And a lot of people that do Zoom meetings, like if you're doing your own, you want to have your picture on there, so that if you turn off your video because something's going on in your background, then it'll have a nice picture of you. So freshen that up. Put a picture of you instead of just nothing. It's not hard to do. All you have to do is just go under Zoom and look under settings and upload your picture. Okay. If you upload a picture on Facebook, you can upload your picture on Zoom. Number 3 is your voicemail. Maybe freshen up your voicemail. What does your voicemail even say? Is it the same voicemail from 7 years ago? Have you won a Mary Kay car in Mary Kay? Maybe you need to put your car level on there. And, this is pink Cadillac driving down the street, or something very positive and upbeat on your voicemail instead of like, this is Cleta, leave a message. That's the worst. When I call people and they don't answer, if their voice message is like that, I'm like, that chick, she really needs some help with her voicemail. Upbeat and positive. You might need to practice a couple of times. Number 4 is maybe you want to update your email signature. When you do an email on your computer, according to what you use, most of them, there's a place where you can do a little signature where it has your name and a little bit about you and how to get a hold of you. Maybe look and see what it says right there. Maybe you need a little positive affirmation on there, a little Mary Kay saying. I always, sometimes I will put, like, even on my checks, I put God first, family second, career third. Or I might put, if you think you can, and something, just some little something that I can see. And then other people that see my emails or my communication, that they see it too. Okay. Let's see. Number 5 is freshen up your look. Do you need to try some new products? Maybe you need to update some of your eye makeup, your skincare, your foundation, update yourself so that you feel a little more confident about your look in Mary Kay. In fact, Mary Kay has something that's called Color Confident. You might want to take that little course, and then you get a little badge of honor when you do it anyway. Number 6 is freshen up your hair. Okay, our hair is a constant struggle, right, ladies? I mean, and some of you may still live in places you can't get your hair done. I don't know, except for that I would just probably move, is all I can tell you. I mean, if I would really be in bad shape if I had not been able to get to the hairdresser in a whole solid year. Some people have, anyway, let's not even go there. So keep your hair freshened up. Number 7 is your date book for the new year. It's a new year. I mean, do you have a date book? This is Mary Kay's date book that you can order. I put that sticker on there, but it's really colorful. It's got some positive little statements on the inside as well. Do you have a date book that you can use right now? A new one, a new notebook to get started. I just got this one. Isn't it cute? It's a little pink. It's brand new. I just love it. I said, well, I just started it. It's for my director's Bible study. And, I just like a new little, like a fresh start and a new notebook. It don't matter if there's 6 pages left in your old spiral. Get rid of it, right? Let's see. Your office. Freshen up your office. And this might be what's behind you when you do your parties and your Zoom things. It's what's behind you. And so, like, right now, I changed it around so this would be cuter than what I usually do, which is my inventory. Nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to freshen it up. And I see I have a light on my thing, and I see that I just got it, and I think it needs to be charged because it is getting it's going out is what I'm saying. So I could be getting darker and darker. But on your office, just kind of freshen up when you're doing so what's behind you and when you're doing your things so that you can project a better image on there. Number 9 is your samples. Freshen up your samples, how you have them stored, how you have them stacked. I just went ahead and made a bunch of samples up. So I have these like pampering packets just ready to go. If I met 10 women today and had to put them in the mail tomorrow, it would literally only take me as long as it would take me to put them in the envelope and put the label on it. And that was holding me back, y'all, so bad, because I just didn't have the samples and I didn't have them together, and they were all over my office. So that could be something you can freshen up. Number 10 is freshen up your cosmetics. And this is be like your inventory. Look and see kind of what you have, what you need. This could be a good time are you constantly running out of the same thing? Like, maybe it's eye makeup remover and you're constantly running out and you're having to search around, order some more. Why don't you keep more than 2 on hand, right? So look and see what you've got. What do you need to move? What do you need to get more of? Number 11 is for directors, but you could do it as consultant too. And it's like music, like at our in-person meeting, do we not always have music? We always have music because it pumps you up, makes you feel good. But I have found at these virtual meetings, I don't do music and I just don't think about it. And she was telling me this. I thought I need to do better at that because it does get people pumping up to have some music ready. Number 12 is, this is for directors as well, but I wanted to give this tip because I know we have a lot of directors listening. There is a YouTube video that has just applause. It's like 6 minutes of people cheering. Okay. And so you just go get it and record it. And then at your sales meetings, at your different things, or hey, you could even use it at a Zoom party and you just hit that little thing and it has just, woo, all right, big. Okay, Jana's got it. See, way to go, Jana. Number 13 is for directors is recognition of your people. update. What does that look like when you're recognizing your people? Make sure you got something cute. Make sure they have turned in consultants. Sometimes you might see your picture on some of your directors' things and you're like, I hate that picture. Well, send her an updated picture. I would love it if my unit would all that are listening to me would say, Cleta, I want to update my picture. All you gotta do is text it to me. I would be glad to update your picture. Some of my girls, I got their picture from, I've been in 35 years. Of course, some of them like that picture from 35 years ago of themselves. So that's fine too. Okay, number 14, the last one she said is freshen up your current normal. In other words, what is the normal way that you like, as far as what are you going to get up and do every day and every week, instead of just getting up and thinking, I don't know what to do today. Have a new current normal that, like, if you're not holding in-person appointments, and how many am I going to do? And let's get up and every day I'm going to do this, and this. And have a little schedule for yourself. And so that you're just going to tighten that up. You're going to freshen it up a little bit for the new year so that you can work on some things. So I just wanted to share those with you when we're thinking about being confident, some things that you can do. So I have talked a long time tonight and I really didn't intend to. So let me just turn it over here to Jana. I'm sure there's something that you might like to add.
Thank you. I always pray. I'm like, God, give me whatever somebody's supposed to hear. So I hope that somebody's supposed to hear some of these things. I wrote down some notes. Y'all, you have to do a checkup from the neck up. Okay. Zig Ziglar always talked about that. What are you thinking in your head? Who do you say that you are? You are a beautiful, unique. You're like a unicorn. You are so unique. God only created one of you. There's no one else like you. And so I want you to think about this. When you talk poorly about yourself, you're insulting God and his creation. Okay. So he created you to be an amazing person. So go be your very best. Go shine it up. Like Cleta was talking about. Go do something fun with your hair. Go put a little extra makeup on. Take great care of yourself. Honor who God created you to be. Love yourself and put the blinders on and run your race. It's so important because this is your race. No one else has your abilities, your skills, everything that God has knit you together perfectly in your mother's womb, perfectly, not like anyone else. You are unique. And so he's got some unique things for you. Borrow your director's belief and confidence until you get your own, okay? Because she sees things in you. Your leader sees things in you that you probably don't even see in yourself, okay? So, and even if you are confident, your leader probably sees things in you that you don't even see in yourself. So reach out to her and, stay in contact with her because she does believe in you and she can help build your confidence and she can help give you tasks that you can grow in who are you are as a consultant or as a person, and it will help you grow and build that confidence. So go for it. You are worth it.
Awesome. Yes. I like the whole year, like a unicorn. I love that. That's right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Latrice, are you on here? I think she is. Let me find her real quick. Maybe not. Yeah, there she is. Latrice, you want to unmute? And then just share anything you'd like to share. We're just going to have these two directors for tonight.
It's been interesting. Anyway, we won't talk about technology. Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I shared earlier about being confident because when I first joined Mary Kay, well, actually way back in the day, in high school, I was not confident. Okay. So my English teacher said, in order for you to pass this class, you have to do the speech. So what did I do? I went back to school the next day because I had to leave because I was so upset, crying and all that. And you never believe that today. But I had to step in to my confidence. And what that looked like was I had to feel confident in where I was. And then when I learned more about what I was going to speak about, I gained more confidence, of course. So with Mary Kay, y'all, it is in doing. All your confidence is in doing. Did I know everything about what I was doing? No, I did not. And it was continuing through those 5 first skincare classes that I gained my confidence in using the product, sharing the product. And I don't even think we didn't even have computers back then, did we? I mean, we might have, but it still goes back to you have got to feel confident on your own, in your own skin, but that does result in you using the product, you doing this. And you can ask Cleta. My first live I did, I was like, what am I going to do? And she said, just turn your phone on a video yourself and still until you feel more confident about what you're saying. And honestly, y'all, I love doing lives. I do. They're so fun, the virtuals. And let me just be honest with y'all, people need you. People need you more now than ever. They need to see your face, they need to hear your voice, and they need someone positive in their life. So that's just what I want to say. So thanks for asking.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'll just, one thing that Laree said, in fact, is Laree on here? We got so many people on here. I can't find everybody.
I'm here.
Laree, if you would just say about what you said about the overcoming objections, do you mind sharing that?
Oh, yes. I, for the longest, I found them not too long ago, but I just had 3x5 little index cards, and I would write what the objection was on one side of the card, and on the flip side, I would write the verbiage to overcome that objection. And I used to drive before COVID. I drove a lot and spent a lot of time in my car, and so I would just have those with me in my purse, and anytime I could, if I was sitting at a red light, or or just doing something else, or if my husband was driving, I would just study that and practice those objections, because the more you speak them and the more you read them, they become your words. They're not your words at first, but they become your words the more you practice them. So practice really does make things a lot easier. And sometimes we don't know those words until sometimes you can even it just gives you the words when you do have that objection, because when you're getting that objection from somebody, you're in kind of a high stress situation sometimes, and you just don't want to shut down. And so that just really helps to have those words just in your memory bank. So
yes, absolutely, for sure. And I was looking over here at YouTube, and we've got a bunch of people asking stuff over there, and I really didn't see it before. So let me just glance over here real quick, you guys. Okay, let me just say something that I used to say, and this is just, we're just going to end with this tonight since we're just about out of time. Hang on, let me do my spotlight. This is one of the things that I used to say to myself, and I would say in my mind, and sometimes I would say it out loud too. I'd say, and I want y'all to just do it with me. Okay, I go, people can't tell me no. Okay, so I want all of y'all to say that. Just look at your screen and go, people can't tell me no.
People can't tell you no.
Thank you. And then you have to just keep saying it until you absolutely believe it. Go, people can't tell me no. Instead of going in and going, she's probably going to say no. Honestly, I know that that's what a lot of you do. You go into a party or go into calling and go, they're probably going to say no. Instead, you really do have to say, people can't tell me no. I mean, honestly, who wouldn't want me to come over and give her a facial? Who wouldn't want me to send her a bunch of samples? It's free. Why would you not want me to do that? I can't. It's like, who wouldn't want me to vacuum your house? I'm not going to, but if I sold vacuum cleaner, I'd be at your house and want to vacuum your house. Right, Latrice?
That's right.
That's right. That's why when I was 20 something years old, this lady asked if she'd come over and vacuum my house, and somehow left buying a Kirby vacuum cleaner. I didn't know it was going to be like buying a car. It cost me more money for that vacuum cleaner, y'all. But you know what? She hooked me because she said, can I come vacuum your house? I'm like, yes, you can. So think about that, what you're offering with your Mary Kay business. And you guys, the last thing it says on here is, this week, I will show more confidence in my business by. So what I want you to do is I want you to write a couple of things that you're going to work on this week that you could do to increase your confidence with your Mary Kay business, or just within yourself. What could you do? All right. And then I want you to let your sales director know anytime, like honestly, like every day this week, if you do something, you could text her and say, hey, if you're my consultant, say, hey, Cleta, I just want you to know that today I tried some new eye color and a lip color, and I made 3 phone calls. Or today, I made my list of 25 people and I started texting them in the morning, so whatever you can do to build your confidence. Today, I ordered you might have to start little. I ordered a new date book and I made an appointment to get my hair colored. Okay. So whatever it is, but if you work on this part, you guys, if you really work on your confidence in your Mary Kay, it's going to help you really within your whole life, but especially in your Mary Kay business, because people are going to want to be around you. They really are. They really are. So I thought this was a great chapter. Next week, it is on. What is it on? I am disciplined. I know no one wants to show up next week, but we're going to be disciplined and we're going to show up. We're going to show up. So quick reminder to everyone to, if you have not already done it, to go get off the computer and go do your preferred customer program, because tonight is the last deadline so that your customers will get this brand new lookbook. So cute. So really something cute on the back that I can't show you, but it's more than just the clinical solutions. There's some other new things, but the first 6 pages are the new products. So you really want to, figure it out, go on there and send it to at least 10 people. If you don't have 10 friends, send one to me and send one to yourself. Send one to yourself. And remember, those of you that watch the Ignite workshop, and I am just remembering this myself. In fact, I'm going to go in there and do it tonight. One of the directors talked about how she would send herself. She went to InTouch and she just put like 10 customers. Well, you could do it however you want to, but she did it like, she would put customer was her first name and, 1 was the last name. And then you could put customer 2, customer 3, customer 4. Or actually, I think she just put dear preferred customer. So you could put preferred customer and then on the second one, put preferred customer 2, preferred customer 3, something like that. And then what she said is she would get like, let's say she got 10 in the mail. You think, why would you do that? Because it has the samples in there. So she would have it, and on the back, it would say, dear preferred customer, blah, 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 blah. So she would keep 10 in her car. And when she saw someone, a new customer, she would give them that with that sample. So I thought that was a pretty great idea. And, she just wouldn't even open them, and she would make sure she gave out at least 10 new customers a book. So I thought that was cute. So anyway, everybody else, you guys, thank you so much for calling in. I'm sorry we didn't have time for all the directors, but you guys are amazing. I love you very much and can't wait for next week. We need to have a powerful, powerful week this week. And I'm sure we will, because we're